Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome back to the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram. And this Cricket Happening Show, it's about the match that happened in the IPL, where Chris Gayle from the Royal Challengers Bangalore became the first player in the IPL history to score 10,000 runs in IPL, and that is a phenomenal achievement. Let me tell you, he got 18 tons in that, and today was the day where Chris Gayle was definitely not in the best of form, and today was the day Chris Gayle sparkled like real crackers, I would say, as he really smashed the bowling attack of the Gujrat Lions to absolute pieces as he made 77 of 38 balls, 5 fours and 7 sixes to actually really put this Royal Challengers Bangalore innings onto a real pedestal as Royal Challengers Bangalore put up 213 for 2, and as I said, Chris Gayle passed 10,000 runs in IPL, and that's a thunderous achievement, I would say, because even as you know, to get 10,000 runs, whether it is one day internationals or test matches, the IPL has only started. I mean, it is not something which has been happening for a long time, but definitely for quite some time. But I think it's a phenomenal achievement by Chris Gayle. He has 18 centuries in that journey of his in his where he has got 10,000 runs in Test cricket. So just talking about this match was Royal Challengers Bangalore 213, but also one has to say the Gujrat Lions absolutely challenged that particular total. They really they put an iron fist, and the man who actually thrust the iron fist hard was none other than the Brendan McCullum, who actually did something like what Chris Gayle was doing, as he clattered 72 of 44 balls, 2 fours and 7 sixes to really start giving them the hope and started nurturing the hopes of a victory over the Royal Challengers Bangalore. But unfortunately, there was not much support coming in from the other players, and finally it was Royal Challengers Bangalore finally breaking the hoodoo of not winning in the IPL, as they won the match by 21 runs, which was pretty good to see. And Royal Challengers Bangalore now, at least they can say that they are really rising right now, and especially seeing that Chris Gayle, who has been struggling for form, finally coming up with the goods at the very right time. So let's have a look at this particular match. And so this is something that I'm going to talk about, and also we'll look at the test selection that has been done by the West Indies, where we are seeing some new names being inducted into the West Indies cricket team to take on Pakistan in the first test match. So just talking about this game, this was played at the Saurashtra Cricket Association Stadium in Rajkot. It was the Gujrat Lions captain actually winning the toss and deciding that Royal Challengers will bat first on this wicket. Well, definitely the toss was a good toss to win, I reckon, with Royal Challengers Bangalore definitely finding it a bit tough when the front line bowlers were bowling, with Dhaval Kulkarni, Basil Thampi and Andy Ty, all the three bowling good lines, and also one saw that the pitch was holding up a bit, and definitely Chris Gayle and Kohli had to really watch, and also Royal Challengers Bangalore, let me tell you that today they were also crippled by the absence of AB de Villiers due to injury, and one thought that one probably thought the Gayle, Kohli and de Villiers being in the team, that would have greatly strengthened, but it was bad news for them. But nevertheless, so Chris Gayle got an opportunity. Chris Gayle and Kohli opened the innings as they have done in the past, and what an opening partnership. Initially, as I said, the ball was holding a bit, and Dhaval Kulkarni, Basil Thampi and Andy Ty were really getting some ascendance over the batsmen, as in the power play there was not a lot of runs scored with Chris Gayle and Kohli at the crease. Bided their time, but finally, with the introduction of spin, after the pace bowlers had gone away from the front line, when the spinners were into action, that was the time it really started, and it was started by Chris Gayle, as he definitely thumped Basil Thampi for a six, but after that he turned his attention to Ravindra Jadeja, who was the most costliest, and the maximum runs were taken of Ravindra Jadeja, as Chris Gayle definitely showing his real form what was one missing from his form, as he started hitting fours and sixes with absolute disdain. He was dismissing the balls from its presence, and the bowlers to suffer: Jadeja, Kaushik, and Dwayne Smith. And that also prompted Virat Kohli to turn his game on, as he also started off, and suddenly we saw the runs started cascading from the blade of both the batsmen, as Royal Challengers Bangalore, Kohli and Gayle started sending the Gujrat Lions bowlers on a real leather hunt, as the score started moving very quickly, and before one could realize, 122 was there on the board in 12.4 overs, definitely setting their eyes on 200, no doubt about it. And as this was going on, and finally the breakthrough came when Basil Thampi had Chris Gayle LBW, but not before Gayle had done the most of the damage by really cracking a 77 of 38 deliveries, 5 fours and 7 sixes, all hit with tremendous power at the Saurashtra Stadium in Rajkot. And after that, Travis Head came in and joined Virat Kohli, and Virat Kohli, after also making a very good contribution of 64 of 50 deliveries with 7 fours and 1 6, also fell. That made it 159 for 2, and finally it was Travis Head and Kedar Jadhav. But Kedar Jadhav and Kedar Jadhav in particular, who really started opening up in the final with the final flourish, as he finished on an unbeaten 38 of just 16 deliveries, 5 fours and 2 sixes, and Travis Head was giving him company not out on 30 of just 16 deliveries, 2 fours and 1 6, and Royal Challengers Bangalore were on a real pedestal as they posted 213 for 2 of their 20 overs. A complete ascendance over the bowlers here by the Royal Challengers batsmen. Now, as far as the bowling is concerned, Dawal Kulkarni, 4 overs, 1 for 37. He also got hit for 3 boundaries in one single over, consecutive fours by Virat Kohli. Basil Thampi, 1 for 31, impressed. Andy Type, 1 for 34. Jadeja was the one who really received the maximum tap from Chris Gayle. 4 overs being punished for 57 runs, and Jadeja was also guilty of bowling a bad line, one could reckon. And Siddhil Kaushik, 3 overs, none for 36, and Dwayne Smith bowled solitary over for 17. Now, Gujrat Lions were given a target of 214 runs to chase from their 20 overs, and the start was not good at all. One would have probably expected Dwayne Smith and Brendan McCullum to fire on all cylinders, but it was a very good move on the part of Virat Kohli. He did not bring his pacers into bowl, even though he had Adam Min and Watson, and in fact, and Arvind, and he decided that Pawan Negi will share the ball with Yuzvendra Chahal, the leggy. And what a turn it was. I mean, Yuzvendra Chahal was the one who provided a quick breakthrough, because that was good captaincy on the part of Virat Kohli, because he sensed that the Gujrat Lions will definitely go for the kill here with a huge run rate. I mean, they had to get a run rate at a clip of 10.65, and he went for the jugular, one could say, as Virat Kohli decided to press in Chahal, and Chahal responded for his captain in an admirable manner, as he picked up Dwayne Smith's wicket, caught by Mandeep Singh, bowled Chahal for 1, and that was a big blow as the opener Smith was had gone into the pavilion. Brendan McCullum was joined in by Suresh Raina, and Raina also biffed 23 of 8 balls, but it was Brendan McCullum who started it all by hammering the bowlers. In fact, Pawan Negi was bowling so well that even Brendan McCullum was finding it a bit of a struggle. In fact, not only struggle, in fact, it was Brendan McCullum could not get any ascendancy over Pawan Negi, but he was definitely going after Yuzvendra Chahal. And only when the spinners were out of operation, and Chahal also picked up the wicket of Suresh Raina in the meanwhile, when Raina, after making a quick fire 23 of 8 deliveries, 2 fours and 2 sixes, felt a victim to the bowling of Chahal. Negi was doing a wonderful job at the other end, and he actually got Aaron Finch stumped by Jadhav, a very good stumping of the bowling of Negi for 90, 15 balls, 2 fours and 1 6. But Brendan McCullum at the other end was really giving real treatment. He was doing what Gayle was doing earlier for his team, and Brendan McCullum really opened up. And when the Pacers came, Arvind, Adam Min, Shane Watson, and the Pacers were really taken heavy toll off by Brendan McCullum, as Brendan McCullum started slashing the ballers to all parts of the field in picking up 72 of 44 deliveries with 2 fours and 7 sixes. But before that, Dinesh Karthik was a big wicket as well, as he was out very cheaply for just 1 run to the bowling of Arvind. And then Brendan McCullum, in the quest for quick runs, he was there till the 15th over, but unfortunately Brendan McCullum's wicket was taken by Chahal, who came back for his second spell, and Brendan McCullum was gone for 72 44 deliveries, 2 fours and 7 sixes. After that, it was left to Ravindra Jadeja and Ishan Kishan, but more than Ravindra Jadeja got himself run out for 23 of 22 balls, 2 fours, but Ishan Kishan took it all the way down to the wire, I would say. Not down to the wire, but definitely gave themselves a chance, as Ishan Kishan really started getting those sixes going, as he did his bit, but again there was no support from the other end, and Ishan Kishan in the quest for actually trying to get them for trying to get some quick runs perished, but not before he did a good turn for himself by scoring 39 of just 16 deliveries, 2 fours and 4 sixes. And the final score was 192 for 7 for the Gujrat Lions. Thus, they lost the match by 21 runs to the RCB. Ty was not out on 6. Basil Thampi was not out on naught. Game over. And Royal Challengers Bangalore picking up the points. And Chris Gayle was man of the match. It was good to see that Chris Gayle returned to form at the right time. And also, as I said, he became the first player in the history of Indian Premier League to actually score 10,000 runs in IPL. And also, what a phenomenal achievement, 18 tons in that 10,000 runs that he has scored. One can't, one does not know, when there is no words of praise is enough for this phenomenal achievement from Chris Gayle. I would just say, let's all salute Chris Gayle for providing wholesome entertainment to all the cricketing public around the world. And as far as the bowling was concerned, Pawan Negi, 4 overs, 1 for 21, was brilliant, I thought, with the ball. And also bold captaincy on the part of Virat Kohli, as we all know that what a wonderful captain Virat Kohli is. Chahal, 4 overs, 3 for 31, was amongst the wickets. Arvind, 4 overs, 1 for 53. Adam Min, 1 for 43. Watson, 2 overs, 24. And Travis had 2 overs, no men, none for 18. So definitely Royal Challengers Bangalore would be happy with this effort. And more than that, they would be happy that the marauder of bowling, Chris Gayle, is back in action and in full flight. Well, so now let's get on to the other cricket news now. The match that is coming up tomorrow is going to be between Delhi Daredevils and Sunrisers Hyderabad, and should be a good game of cricket which is coming up. But now just getting on to some cricket news here. We are talking about the Pakistan-West Indies test matches which are coming up. As you know, in the warm-up game, there were certain players who did well. One was the Under-19 World Cup captain, Shimron Hetmyer, who did very well, and Vishal Singh also did well with the bat by scoring a century. And Kieron Powell is another player, as we all know, is definitely test material. And these are the 3 players. So in the warm-up match, after performing very well, Shimron Hetmyer, the Under-19 West Indies World Cup captain, gets an opportunity, as he has been selected in the test squad. Vishal Singh has got a selection very quickly, I thought, because after just making a century in this warm-up match against Pakistan, which considered some good bowlers like Mohammad Amir and other bowlers, I thought that was very good. Vishal Singh has made it to the test squad as well. And Kieron Powell, as you know, is a perfect test player, as we all know. He has also made it to the test squad. And as far as the players who are not in the squad, namely, I would say there's no Darren Bravo, there's no Leon Johnson. Marlon Samuels does not find a place as well. Carlos Brathwaite is out. And the composition of the team is Jason Holder, the captain, Devendra Bishu, Jermaine Blackwood, Craig Brathwaite, Roston Chase, Miguel Cummins, Shane Dowrick, the wicketkeeper, who had a wonderful season last year, and Shannon Gabriel. Shimron Hetmyer is the new under-19 World Cup T20 World Cup captain. Shai Hope, another emerging player, I would say. Shai Hope. Alzari Joseph, the tall bowler. Kieran Powell and Vishal Singh. So definitely the West Indies squad has been announced for the first Test match, which is coming up. And Kieran Powell is actually making it to the squad after a gap of 3 years. And he's a wonderful cricketer, Kieran Powell. And one feels that he has been scoring very well. He's not been good in one days, but predominantly he's very good with Test matches. He has a good technique, and that's the precise reason we see Kieran Powell being drafted into the squad. And that is something that one is looking forward to as far as Kieran Powell is concerned with his batting. So that is as far as the West Indies squad is concerned. As far as the other cricket news is concerned, as Daredevils take on the Sunrisers Hyderabad tomorrow, and that should be a real good game of cricket, no doubt about it. And other than that, well, I don't have much to really talk about here, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Yes, there is, Ireland are in England right now. They're going to play a few one-day internationals, and I believe that Boyd Rankin, who once represented England, is out due to back injury. And also this very promising leg spinner Mulder is also out, and that is really a bit surprising there. And Kevin O'Brien and Sterling have been deemed fit. So one is waiting forward to see this Ireland-England clash as well, which should be interesting. And dear fans, subscribers, I don't have anything else to add to this. It's all coming to an end here on today's Cricket Happening show with your host Ram. With more to come tomorrow on my next Cricket Happening show. It's good night from here.